Okay, so this is what your piece should look like, or your box, once you have all your 4 frame pieces cut. So we have a miter here, miter here, miter here, and miter here. And your phone fits right down through the top. Now we don't want our phone amp sitting this far down. So what we're going to do is lay these pieces down. And what we're trying to do is to center this so that the distance here is equal to the distance here. So this piece is centered on this piece. Now, this is the same process that we went through on our previous steps, which is to get these pieces and their length. So before, we figured out the length of our board, which was 11 3/4. You found out the width of your phone, which we'll say was 3. We subtracted 11 3/4 minus 3, which would be give us a piece that was 8 3/4, and we divided it by 2. And that allowed us to center our phone. So in the same way, we're going to do that with this piece. So all of the pieces that you were given for your frame measure 2 3/4. So here's 2, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. So we're going to write 2 3/4. Okay? Now, we also need to know the width of our piece here. So this is 1 1/16, 5/16, 1/16, 3/16, 5/16, 7/16. So we are going to subtract that, 1 7/16. Now we can't subtract when we don't have common denominators when using fractions. So in measurement, it's really easy. In order to get common denominators, you just multiply the smaller number by a number to equal the bigger number. So 4 times 4. So what you do to the bottom, you do to the top. So 4 times 4 gives us 16. Now we have common denominators. 3 times 4 gives us 12. So now we can subtract. So 12 minus 7. We always just bring the denominator down. So 12 minus 7 gives us 5. 2 minus 1, 1 5/16. So that is what we have left over. Now you can check that really quickly. You can just put your piece here and make it perfectly flush. So if I do this here, let me zoom back out. So if I just made this flush right here, so that this is flush here, and I put a mark. Now this is where our box is going. If I just measure to this line, it gives us our measurement, which is 1 5/16. Now we don't want our phone box to sit over here on our piece. Okay? So what we need to do is we need to center that. So we're going to take 1 5/16 and we're going to divide that by 2. Now you can do that on your phone calculator, but let me just show you how. So we divide half the fraction, and the way that you do that is you just multiply by 1/2. 5 times 1 is 5. 16 times 2 is 32. And then half of 1 is 1/2. So we add these. Now we're just going to reduce this to 4/32, which gives us 1/8. So 1/2 plus 1/8. Again, multiply the smaller number by the bigger number. 2 times 4. So 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 plus 1 gives us 5/8. So now what we need to do is take our piece. So we know that 5/8 in, at least for my piece, it might be different for yours, then our box, and then 5/8 in. So these two should be equal. So let's see. We're going to go 5/8, 1/8, 3/8, 5/8. Put a crow's foot. 5/8. Put a crow's foot. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my pieces. I'm going to transfer that line. So I know that this is 5/8. And I might just, now I can just go here. I'm going to transfer that right there. 5/8. So now I have a 5/8 mark there. And I'm going to do it the same. I can only do it there. And then I have to measure 5/8 up here. We only need to do it on one side. So 5/8, 5/8. I'm going to put the mark here. So there's 5/8. 5/8. And now I need to do it on my top piece. I'm going to line it up. Transfer the mark. 5/8. Let me come over here. And 5/8. Okay, so now I know when I come here, this is my side piece. When I go to glue this on, I'm going to line up the face right on those two marks. And then you'll notice on the other side, I have a 5/8 gap here. I double check, and there is my 5/8. So then when I take this piece on the top, switch this around, I'm going to line up my marks there. And there's 5/8. And I would have my top piece. So that's how you center it. Next video I'm going to show you is how we actually start gluing these together. So I'm going to press stop.